Boo, man. Welcome to the Frickcast. To celebrate spooky season, I've enlisted the help of a friend to curate to you the scariest tales ever told. Soap horror stories written by ChatGPT and narrated by yours truly. So for this, all I did was put in a prompt and let the AI do its thing. And some of these are quite the fever dream. And before anyone asks, no, I don't use ChatGPT to write scripts for my videos, but I thought this would be a fun idea. So turn off the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to be spooked. In the shadowy confines of a forsaken mansion, a cursed bar of soap sat atop a cryptic pedestal, pulsating with malevolent energy that echoed the horrors of Clive Barker's Hellraiser. This soap harbored a unique power, a secret that even the Cenobites themselves feared. A group of unwitting explorers, drawn by the mansion's sinister reputation, discovered the soap's ominous presence. As they approached, curiosity led them to touch the soap, revealing a hidden puzzle that defied human understanding. With trembling hands, they began to solve the enigmatic riddle. With each twist and turn of the soap's transformation, the room quivered and the air grew thick with foreboding. Unbeknownst to them, they had inadvertently unleashed the Cenobites, creatures of pleasure and pain from the depths of hell. The room came alive with the arrival of these grotesque beings, their mutated forms emerging from the shadows. Chains and hooks adorned their flesh, and they took perverse delight in the agony they inflicted upon the explorers. Amidst the torment, the leader of the Cenobites, the Hell Priest, Pinhead, sensed a unique power emanating from the cursed soap. It held the key to a forbidden secret, a force that could challenge even the Cenobites' dominion over pain and pleasure. Pinhead, intrigued and perhaps threatened by this newfound power, approached the explorers. He offered them a choice: surrender to the torment, or reveal the soap's hidden secret, hoping to harness its power for himself. Desperation fueled the explorers' determination to escape the Cenobites' grasp. They realized the true potential of the soap's power, and they continued to manipulate the soap. It began to exude a radiant light, a force that defied the darkness of hell. With a blinding flash, the soap unleashed a wave of purity, a force of cleansing and purification that drove the Cenobites back. The Hell Priest, Pinhead, recoiled in agony as the soap's light consumed him, tearing apart his grotesque form. The explorers, bathed in the soap's cleansing radiance, realized they had possessed a weapon to defeat the Cenobites. With courage and determination, they banished the remaining Cenobites and sealed the soap's dark power away, forever locking the horrors of Hellraiser-style torment within the mansion's cursed walls. The soap, once an object of dread, became a symbol of hope and salvation. The explorers, forever marked by their encounter, knew that some secrets were best left undisturbed, and that even in the darkest depths of hell, a glimmer of purity could conquer the most malevolent of forces. In a quiet, picturesque town, nestled deep within the Appalachian Mountains, a quaint little soap shop named Wicked Lather held a dark secret. The shop's owner, Sarah, had inherited the business from her grandmother, but she soon discovered that the soap-making process involved a sinister, otherworldly element. As Sarah mixed her ingredients one fateful night, a sudden gust of icy wind filled the shop, extinguishing all of the candles. An eerie voice whispered from the shadows, and the soaps began to take on a life of their own. They twisted and contorted into grotesque shapes, oozing malevolent energy. Desperate to rid her shop of this malevolent force, Sarah sought the help of a local priest, Father Thomas. He sensed the ancient evil lurking in the soap shop and decided to perform an exorcism. The battle between good and evil played out within the very soap shop that Sarah had created, with suds turning into demonic faces and water faucets running blood red. As the exorcism reached its climax, the soap shop shook violently, and the spirit within the soap manifested itself as a shadowy, grotesque figure. Father Thomas fought valiantly, armed with holy water and prayer, The final confrontation led to a blinding flash of light, and the evil presence was banished from the soap shop. The shop returned to its peaceful state, and Sarah could once again craft soap without fear. But she knew that the ancient evil would always linger in the shadows, waiting for another opportunity to return. The chilling tale of Wicked Lather became a cautionary story in the town, a reminder of the darkness that can be hidden even in the most innocuous places. In the depths of a forsaken soap factory, a nightmarish world unfolded, echoing the horrors of Dante's Inferno. The factory, long abandoned and shrouded in an eerie fog, was rumored to have a dark history. Few dared to venture near, but those who did discovered a descent into madness and despair that mirrored the 9 circles of hell. As they entered the factory's decaying gates, they were greeted by a putrid stench, a foul odor that clung to their senses like a relentless torment. The air was thick with the sound of machines grinding, their metallic groans echoing like anguished souls. The first circle was a labyrinth maze of conveyor belts, where workers had once toiled endlessly. Now, ghostly apparitions moved in ceaseless labor, their spectral hands forever stained by soap. The air was choked with soap suds that threatened to drown the intruders, pulling them deeper into the factory's abyss. Descending further, they reached the second circle, where bubbling vats of boiling soap enveloped lost souls. Their wails of agony pierced the air as they were submerged, their skin melting away. The intruders struggled to avoid the bubbling cauldrons, knowing that a single misstep would condemn them to a similar fate. The third circle was a place of eternal fire, where rivers of molten soap flowed like rivers of lava. Those condemned here were engulfed in flames that burned without end, their agonized screams resonating through the infernal landscape. The intruders had to navigate this hellish terrain, risking their lives to reach the next circle. In the fourth circle, they encountered grotesque soap-covered creatures, twisted and deformed by their torment. These beings, once humans, now served as grotesque guardians of the factory's dark secrets. With each step, the intruders had to face off against these abominations in a battle for their souls. Descending deeper into the factory's depths, they reached the fifth circle, where towering soap sculptures loomed ominously. These soap monstrosities animated with a malevolent intent, threatening to crush anyone who dared pass. The intruders had to find a way to outwit these monstrous creations to continue their descent. The sixth circle was a realm of suffocating darkness, where the soap factory's secrets were buried deep. The intruders had to navigate a pitch-black labyrinth, guided only by faint whispers and the distant glow of a forbidden truth. The seventh circle was a chamber filled with the tormented souls of those who had once owned the factory. Their greed and cruelty had condemned them to an eternity of suffering, their bodies bound in soap molds. The intruders had to confront the sins of the factory's owners and find a way to break the cycle of torment. Finally, they descended to the eighth circle, where a colossus soap demon, the embodiment of all the factory's evil, awaited them. This monstrous entity sought to consume their souls, using the very soap that had cursed the factory for centuries. With a final, desperate struggle, the intruders managed to defeat the soap demon, shattering its malevolent power. As the factory crumbled around them, they made their escape, forever haunted by the nightmarish journey through the soap factory's Dantean Inferno. The factory, once a place of unspeakable horror, was reduced to rubble, its dark history sealed away. But the intruders knew that the scars of their ordeal would never fade, and the soap factory's legacy would continue to haunt their nightmares for all eternity. In the quaint town of Willowbrook, nestled deep within the dense woods, there existed an old, abandoned soap factory with a dark history. Locals whispered about the factory's curse, a chilling tale that had been passed down through generations. The factory was once owned by the enigmatic soap magnate Elias Blackwood, who was rumored to have made a sinister pact to create the most exquisite soap in the world. His soap was said to possess a unique, entrancing scent that left anyone who used it forever yearning for more. One fateful night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to explore the decaying soap factory, their flashlights piercing through the darkness. As they entered the grimy, cobweb-covered building, they were greeted by an overpowering, sweet fragrance that hung in the air like a ghostly presence. The teenagers stumbled upon a hidden chamber in the factory's depths, filled with crates of Elias Blackwood's legendary soap. Intrigued, they decided to take some bars home as souvenirs, despite the eerie warnings they had heard. As the days passed, the soap's enchanting scent began to take hold of their lives. They found themselves compulsively using it, unable to resist the intoxicating aroma. Their obsession grew, and they couldn't bear to part with even a single bar. Soon, however, strange things began to happen. One by one, the teenagers started to vanish, leaving behind only their chillingly perfect, lifelike statues, made entirely of soap. Each statue bore an expression of sheer terror. The remaining teenagers realized the horrifying truth. The soap was cursed. It craved the essence of human life, turning those who used it into lifeless, waxen figures. Panic set in as they tried to break free from the soap's grip, but it was too late. As the last teenager succumbed to the curse, the factory seemed to come alive with malevolent intent. The crates of soap whispered in sinister unison, their voices echoing through the decrepit building. In the end, Willowbrook became a town of eerie statues, their once vibrant lives extinguished by the cursed soap of Elias Blackwood. The factory remained abandoned, its dark secret hidden from the world. The curse of the soap factory served as a haunting reminder that beauty and desire could lead to the most dreadful of horrors, and that some scents were best left unexplored. Amid the icy desolation of Antarctica, a research team stationed at an isolated outpost stumbled upon a bizarre and horrifying discovery. A crate buried deep in the snow, containing a cache of mysterious, otherworldly soap bars. As the team members brought the soap back to their research facility, they couldn't have known that they had unwittingly unleashed an insidious, shape-shifting terror akin to John Carpenter's The Thing. One by one, the researchers began to experience strange, unsettling symptoms. Their skin developed bizarre rashes, and their bodies underwent gruesome transformations. It soon became clear that the soap was not what it seemed. It was a malevolent entity that could mimic and assimilate any living creature. Paranoia gripped the outpost, and the team realized that any one of them could be the soap's next victim. Trust dissolved into suspicion, and each member eyed their colleagues with fear and uncertainty. The isolation of Antarctica made escape impossible, and communication with the outside world was cut off by a violent snowstorm. The team was trapped with the thing like soap, and their only hope was to discover a way to identify the imposter among them. Desperate measures were taken, blood tests, genetic analysis, and psychological assessments were conducted in an effort to root out the shape-shifting menace. As the tension mounted, friendships disintegrated, and sanity unraveled. In a gruesome and heart-pounding showdown, the team confronted the soap imposter, its true form, a grotesque, ever-shifting nightmare. A fierce battle ensued, with flames and destruction engulfing the research facility. In the end, only a few survivors remained, their bodies battered and their minds scarred by the unimaginable horror they had endured. The outpost lay in ruins, the cursed soap's true origin and purpose forever shrouded in mystery. As the survivors awaited rescue, they knew that the thing like soap's nightmare was not over. It could have found its way into the world, lurking, mimicking, and assimilating, ready to unleash its malevolent terror once more. The chilling tale served as a warning, a reminder that in the frozen depths of isolation, even the most innocuous objects can harbor unspeakable horrors, waiting to take on a form we could never imagine. And there you have it, mains, the scariest tales ever told. If you made it this far, you are a brave soul indeed. Thanks for watching, and stay spooky.